What's behind this latest tension between lawmakers and the White House is increasing bipartisan pressure, but he is not standing down.
That's right. Tensions between lawmakers and the president did seem to reach a boiling point today. The House voted actually overwhelmingly to rebuke President Trump over his decision to remove troops from Syria. That, of course, allowed President Erdogan and Turkey to move in to Syria. A lot of House lawmakers, lawmakers in general from both parties, really took offense at this move. They see the U.S. as abandoning their Kurdish allies. And so they took this big vote. Later in the day, we heard President Trump defending his move amid this vote, overwhelmingly rebuking him. And as we just heard, Trump said that he doesn't want to be over there. He doesn't want to be fighting. He doesn't see it as the U.S. problem, and he's happy to let Russia and Turkey and Syria fight it out themselves. Of course, even later in the day, lawmakers, congressional leaders, including Democrats Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, were scheduled for a meeting on the issue of Syria and Turkey at the White House. But it turned into a bit of a fight between them and President Trump, with Democrats later saying they left after President Trump insulted Nancy Pelosi.
President Trump, of course, has promised some big sanctions on Turkey. But so far, we really haven't seen that. We have seen a few sanctions on Turkey officials, perhaps raising of steel tariffs. Do we know at this point what else could be coming?
We know a little bit. Earlier today, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin did hint that there could be other ministers in Turkey sanctioned. He said if we've already sanctioned some ministers, it would be a good guess to think that others could be coming. The White House has said that they are willing to do big sanctions and target Turkey's economy. We heard that from President Trump himself. But lawmakers, especially Democrats, have said that those sanctions probably don't go far enough and aren't strong enough, and are actually preparing their own sanctions. In fact, just moments ago, House lawmakers released a bipartisan text of sanctions on Turkey that the House will probably at some point take up. With bipartisan support, it could even draw support that could override a veto, and those sanctions could be significantly stronger than what we would see out of the Trump administration.
Greg, Pompeo and Pence are flying separately to Ankara to meet with Erdogan on Thursday, and Pompeo has said that the aim of this is to broker a ceasefire. Is that at all plausible?
Well, certainly can't rule out anything, but Erdogan definitely has been wanting to do this for a while now. President Trump has even said that in conversations with Erdogan, he's frequently requested the ability to go into Syria, and the U.S. has sort of blocked that ability up until now. Now, as you said, President Trump has dispatched Mike Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to try and broker some sort of ceasefire. It's possible that after Erdogan achieves some small goals, a ceasefire could be within reach. But it's also unclear whether President Trump is actually really engaged in seeking a ceasefire, which seems to be at odds with his public comments where he says he doesn't really care about what happens over there, that he's willing to allow fighting so long as the U.S. is not involved. So it's unclear how much weight of the president's is behind this move and how much is just to try and hold off lawmakers who are incensed over the situation right now.